No, the spirit is willing, but the body is weak and fragile and soft.
For Gale.
And that's how you start a podcast. Welcome, ladies and
Yes, it
gentlemen. We covered Invincible Season 1. We covered Invincible Season 2. And now here we are with Invincible Season 2.
Invincible Season 2.
You mean 3?
No, we just covered Season 2 again.
Just because Season 2. So my least favorite part was when Omni-Man fucked the bug. That
Yeah.
was, that was
Don't
weird.
you lie to yourself.
Nope, Geonosians do nothing for me, man. But yes, we are here. We are something. You got to set to
Yeah.
friends only, right?
I'm doing that right now. Friends only. All right, pick the mission. You're
I'm on
good picking this stuff. So we watched the first 2 episodes of Invincible Season 3. And before we go into detail, what are everyone's initial feelings?
I think that they were pretty good.
I think that it's going to be it's going to be an animated TV show.
Oh
Probably
my
with some
god!
probably with some like super heroic character likes.
Potentially, that does seem to be a good possibility.
Maybe,
Possibly.
potentially. But no, I really liked season 1. I really liked season 2, despite all the fucking shit we had wrong with both seasons. Because, like, yeah, you got to take the bad with the good sometimes, and it's just it is what it is. Not everything's 100% perfect.
Yeah.
So far, what do we think of the first 2 episodes that we just watched?
Yeah,
I think they're really good.
I think they definitely encourage quite a bit of conversation, and yeah, I think. But otherwise, actually, a pretty great start to the season. Especially, I really appreciated the Cecil flashback.
Oh yeah, that episode was really good. It shows that he was just like Mark, but then he had to realize the world isn't that simple.
The line is you can either be the good guys or you can save the world.
You can't do both.
You can't do both. And honestly, like I've said this before, but like I honestly believe that Cecil is the best character in the show, like bar none. Like just who he is, what he has to do, and all that shit. Like it's all like it's just we commented on it is that he is Nick Fury and he's Amanda Waller, but like he feels a lot more human than either character, especially Waller.
Well, I was gonna say because Waller is just a fucking outright stupid psychopath that really does just think throwing Harley Quinn at Darkseid will just do something. And it's like, no, that's not going to do anything. Why are you doing that? What if
Superman flew down?
What if
played
ripped
bongos
off the roof of the White House?
Ripped off the roofs off and gave the president a wet willy. Who would stop him?
Well, no one, because it's Superman.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, we're kind of screwed, my guy. But anyway, going back to the actual show that we're talking about, we're introduced with Mark dealing with everything that he had to deal with in season 2, and realizing how exactly weak he is. It wasn't really heavily implied during the fight with Engstrom Levy, but even though it was an evening for us, it was implied that he's been gone for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
And we all know the thing about Viltrumites is that the longer they're alive, wow, that was a sentence.
The longer they're alive, the stronger
they've been alive, the stronger they get. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you remember, he didn't really hold a candle to. He didn't really hold the candle to what was her fucking name? Anessa. He couldn't really do anything to her. So, and her words and her warning was that he was nice. They're going to send somebody else who is not so nice. And I wonder if that person will appear in this season. Ooh.
Yes.
But well, I don't know. Well, he might.
Yeah, he might.
I mean, he might.
He might.
Or
there
may be.
And what's actually interesting is how this is sort of holding its word from all the advertisements. Because there was that big season 3 trailer where it was Mark hanging out in that fast food place when Cecil was like, "No, we gotta get you training."
Yeah, it is weird how that does feel like part of the show, because they when the show begins with Mark just straight up like just training. Like, he's just doing his best to like get everything ready, get better, getting faster, getting stronger, getting more toughened up because just getting like wailed on by the giant toddler. Which
Yeah.
sounds like a weird euphemism, but like that's actually what it was.
Yeah, it was just a
Yeah, it's
toddler.
literally what he is.
It was just a giant kid who's just happens to be like a fucking freak of nature. But yeah, and it seems like Cecil and Mark are pretty chill. They're like, yeah, it's pretty cool. We're pretty cool together. Yeah. Also, god damn, dude. Also, Oliver's gotten bigger.
Yeah,
Yes,
Got a
he's
lot
now
bigger.
that's just because
he looks like he's about the size of like an 8-year-old now.
He
Like
looks like the size of a person. Yeah, it's crazy.
well, yeah, because he's they're called Thraxum, right?
he's half Thraxian, half Viltrumite.
Thraxian.
Yeah, Thraxian.
He's
Yeah.
half bug.
So like
Take care of baby Thanos, Mark.
so so is he gonna just have like an average human lifespan in a way?
No,
so
he's gonna have a Viltrumite lifespan.
Well,
Yeah.
I would just imagine like the combination between those two.
The combination of the two, but like when you think about like how biology works and stuff like that, like your cells will eventually just die out or whatever. So essentially, the Thraxan bits of him will die pretty early, and his Viltrumite cell will take
Oh,
over.
okay,
and also
At least that's how it was explained to me before, like because like the idea of like getting older. But essentially, it's just he's an accelerated Viltrum,
and
which
then
is kind of scary when you think about it.
and then the guess from April that he should finally start to slow down somewhere around puberty.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's just biology and shit like that, which might come into play in season 4, but we're not going to talk about that. The idea of him like getting older and shit like that, and him holding it back, because at the end of the day, he's just a child. You know what I mean? Like he's a superpowered individual and he's an alien, but he is just a kid trying to like get better at and like learn shit and stuff like that, and he wants to help his big brother because he does look up to his big brother. Which leads to the conflict between him and Mark was when he basically tricks Mark into like promising him that when he gets his powers, he'll start like hanging out with him.
And then turns out he's had his powers for God knows how long.
God knows how long. It's probably been a good fucking minute. But which offers up a problem because it's like, oh no, like this toddler is a superhero now, and they don't really get into the issues that come with that yet. That will be later. Don't worry, it's coming.
Because he's technically not a superhero yet.
Well, he's a superpowered individual. He's a meta-human at this point, but he is still a child. Mentally, he is still a baby. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. Is that like basically if you gave godlike powers to it's like fucking what's that movie, the fucking Superman kid movie, Brightburn. Yeah, shit goes bad when you're a fucking teenager, like a tiny kid who doesn't like understand things. Like
it also doesn't help when you have your alien ship putting messages in your head.
There's a possibility Brightburn kid was always a psychopath.
Yeah, but like the alien ship like pushed him to do things. It was
the basic gist of it is that like at a very early developmental stage, like there's a lot of things that could be messed with as a child. And that's the problem is that like you can't really discipline a child. That's what fucking Debbie straight up says. Is that or not Debbie, but they talk. I think it's Adam. It's Eve who says it. Where she's like, "How do you even like deal with that?" And she's like, "Poor Debbie." Because how do you discipline a child who can literally throw a fucking car and fly away?
Yeah, it's a continuation from what we saw of season 1, where Mark was just crashing into the backyard. And it's like, just go to your room,
it's worse because like Mark has like the intelligence level of like a elementary school kid, and Oliver has the intelligence of a middle school kid. So like we'll have to see how that plays out.
Are they special needs? Well, one's a toddler and the other's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's the Declaration
one's
of Independence.
One's a baby. One's dumb. One actually might be.
Which, by the way, the Declaration of Independence gets stolen by a bunch of people who I assume are coming from the future. What? But I guess we'll get more on that.
I don't know. Why would you?
Multi-Paul.
Well, like,
No, no, multi-ball just multi-ball just happened to be there.
No, I know
no, like,
that's I know. Like,
well,
I
the
Oh,
was
thing,
multi-ball.
well, no, well,
Yeah.
I mean, they literally say in the episode like they're changing the past by doing this in a way.
yeah,
So
but then
I
they
assume they're from
disappeared. The
future.
multi-pole.
Multi-ball.
Yeah, then
Oh, don't worry about
multi-ball.
that. We'll talk about that later.
Voiced
Hopefully in
by
the next
Simu
session.
Liu.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking shout
He's
out to Simu Liu. I was kind of shocked to see that he was in the fucking credits. It was great.
yeah,
I
he's voiced
I
by
like
Shang
Shang.
Chi.
Wait, have we still not seen Shang-Chi as a group?
I
No, we
have
have
not.
not. After watching Madame Web by this point, after I'm willing to watch some bullshit now.
Yeah, that's fair. But well, we should probably maybe watch more Invincible. But anyway, that's the discussion there. I like Simu Liu. Like the fucking Shang-Chi's writing isn't the greatest, and it's not the fucking best character and all that shit. But I feel like as actors goes, and like you guys haven't seen Shang-Chi, but you've seen Barbie.
Yeah, I've seen Barbie.
I have not seen Barbie.
You haven't seen Barbie?
Yeah, he's
No.
pretty good as the other Ken.
Yeah, he plays a really good job as Ken, the titular character.
Yeah, the best character.
Yeah, the best character.
Asian Ken.
Hey, no, he's Ken.
Yeah, he's just
Anyway,
Ken and he's
I love
enough.
how all the
He's just
Barbies have
Ken and
that
he's
like
doing
that
stuff.
distinction of like that's a political Barbie. We can't
No,
just
but they
say
don't call him
Ken.
Black Barbie. They fucking say like it's like yeah, no, because the main Ken is Beach. Anyway, that's all fucking discussion. We'll do that later. But no, like yeah, I like seeing him here, and I think he plays a pretty cool character in Multipole. And we see Mark, like, and it was talked about with Rex Splode during the fight that Mark was basically holding back against the maybe future dude, but like yeah, he didn't want to hurt him, and then we see that like he's trying to talk to Multipole because Multipole obviously is very very upset that Rex Splode got his sister killed, and you know,
Yeah.
fair enough, but like he's going about it the wrong way, but I understand the sentiment of where he's coming from. But yeah, Mark doesn't want to do anything because he knows that everything he does will transfer over to Paul, which weirdly enough you can call this an issue because it doesn't really seem to do anything to Paul.
It's almost
Yeah.
kind of
like
coming across as if Paul is the better multiple person.
2 more rounds, by the way.
Because with Kate, they very much had it come across that every time one of her duplicates got killed, that she would feel it. Meanwhile, Paul's getting like absolutely destroyed, and he's not even wincing.
Yeah, and there is something that's going to come up with that later, and I'll have a little bit more to say about that. But as of right now, Paul doesn't seem like he's following the same rules as a duplicate, and I kind of don't like that because they're
supposed to be
ostensibly
duplicates of each other.
they're the exact same thing, like they're twins. But which you know, hilariously, they're J twins who can multiply. But yeah. So yeah, no, so and they have that thing, and yeah, Mark just goes fucking. I don't know if you guys ever played Shaolin Monks, but there's a moment where you turn on your brutality and you can just like one shot people.
Yes.
So yeah, he kind of just fucking puts the fucking input for brutality and just starts mogging on all of the fucking Kens. So it's
because Rex is slowly but surely being beaten.
Oh yeah, Rex is like. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Rex is getting his shit rocked. He's actually like dying. Like he's getting
because
beat. He's getting
instead
beat
of
half to
talking
death.
to somebody like a normal person, he's just like, "Oh, fucking kill you! Oh, you killed my sister!" Even though
then, once
I
again,
refuse to accept the nuance of the situation.
Even though I'm shown to be pretty intelligent, but you know, fuck it, twins and all that shit. But you know, whatever. So yeah, Invincible starts beating the living hell out of all the fucking.
The first thing he did was immediately pull a fucking Sub-Zero spine buster.
Just literally fucking Shoryuken's a motherfucker.
At one point, he took one Paul's head and then yanked it out, put it like through another Paul's head.
Literally some fucking Liu Kang shit from MK1.
Yeah, he just got he got pretty brutal when he was just like, you know what? Stop it.
That could be a point of discussion too. Is I'm not. I mean, I actually am kind of squeamish though, to be honest.
Are you squeamish where you can watch somebody's insides get ripped out, but like as soon as like somebody?
No, I can't. I don't like it. I don't like it either way, to be honest.
Okay.
You know, like the more visceral it gets, like Mortal Kombat weirdly gets a pass because I kind of expect it there. It's more of like, oh man, like wow, that's shocking, like how fucking
Yep.
like horrible this is.
Yet we
Yeah.
watch House for some reason. If we were to watch a medical show, I'd be out like in a fucking instant. I'm like,
Well, like
I don't
I
get
just
it.
started watching Overlord, and Overlord's a really good show, but like it doesn't warn you that it's about to get fucking very visceral. Like it's like it's and yeah, people start getting split in half, like very like in detail, and it's like, oh fuck, like I wasn't ready for that, and I kind of don't like that. Um, Invincible, this is season 3, so I guess it has a bit of a pass in a way, but I also kind of don't. I don't know. It's
I
weird to
mean,
say it's being gory for gore's sake because
it.
this is what
Yeah, they.
someone of this power level would do to a normal person. Just bar
It's
none.
full
That's what it is.
consequence, but at the same time, like
Uh,
he
kind
multi-palled himself like 700 times just on
No,
the
no, no,
steps
no,
to deal
no, no,
with
no. I'm
T.
not saying that. Yeah, like, but the thing is, like, I feel like you could show, like, you could just have him just start, like, beating them all up, kind of thing. But like, I feel like a lot of the impact of what could be done, and I feel like this plays into something a little bit later that will come up. But it's showing exactly how dangerous Invincible can be if he doesn't like hold back,
Oh
which is
yeah,
what he was
yeah.
doing during that fight. He was
those
holding
people
back.
stealing the Declaration of Independence. At one point, the guy tried to pull on a full combo on him, and he didn't even move.
Yeah, he didn't even move, and he's like, "Yeah, see, they're normal people." Like he's literally saying that as he's getting hit in the chest, and he's not even fucking feeling it.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like I said, and so I feel like this is like, it's not excessive gore. I feel like it's actually pretty not realistic, but
I
well, realistic
well,
is the right word.
I can kind of meet halfway. That's why I was kind of
Warranted.
saying the.
Warranted. I want to say is the word.
That's why I was bringing up the quantity. Like, I feel like that's why he multiplied himself so many times, was because so we could get away with just the amount of them that are dying at that given moment, so it could be
Well, no,
gory.
well, like I said, it's not about like multiple like doing that. It's just like showing that like this is what it is, but you can't hold back.
Right.
And like I said, it comes up a little bit later, but so they Kate shows up, duplicates up. Oh my god, I was shocked. I couldn't believe she's still alive. Whoa, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's almost
Yeah.
like we saw it in season 2.
What?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
What?
Shut up. You're
There's no
lying.
died. Oh no, everybody was big sad. Um, got an interesting philosophical conundrum. Is it wrong for duplicate not to say anything to people?
Yes, they properly mourned her. They had a funeral and everything, and like she wasn't actually dead. You could
Yeah.
just simply, like, after that incident, she could have very easily walked up to the Guardians, like back at the HQ, and go, "I'm going to take a bit of a break. That was the most of me that's died in a hot minute. So I need."
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to
reset."
that with an argument she had with fucking with another character, but we'll bring that up
Yes.
when it comes up.
Oh,
But
yeah, but yeah, I think honestly, I almost say multi-Paul,
duplicate
and
multi-Paul. Just
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
fucking
look.
Kate and Paul. We don't have to fucking do the super shit.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fair. But with Kate, yeah, no, Kate's 100% in the wrong with that. Like, nothing wrong with wanting to take a break, but you don't need to have your friends mourn you.
Yeah. Could be an argument to be made that maybe there's not the right time. They could figure something else out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like word in there. But yeah, like I said, I feel very complicated about it. And like, yeah, everybody's
It's
right
weird
to
that-
be shocked that she's still alive.
Yeah, it takes a hot minute for them to even have that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, they immediately start with, "Hey, I'm back, and we're engaged."
Yeah, we're engaged. It's like, oh. Yeah, it's,
Well,
like,
like,
it's a nice little happy moment. And then fucking Black Samson goes, you know what? We truly are the guardians of the globe.
We truly
Nothing
are
can stop us.
invincible.
I hope
I-
nothing bad happens
So
to every single
stupid.
superhero on the fucking planet within the next 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, that
The
was
5 minutes later, the episode happens, and
I-
all of the fucking superheroes are abducted by Doc Seismic. Who, what the fuck? Even Cecil's like, why the fuck is Doc Seismic doing this shit? I'm pretty sure even Mark goes, "You're not supposed to be this cool."
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. So I do think it is a bit lazy writing, that Black Samson thing of just like, yep, we're reunited and nothing's gonna ever like split us apart again. It's like, Okay, writer, I know what you're doing. Could you fucking not, please? Like,
Yeah, just it's the
I don't
fucking
like. I don't like
it's
seeing your hand. I don't. It
it's the
reminds
flags,
me.
man. Like it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
just fucking why are you putting them
yeah,
there?
yeah. You're
I
exactly.
reminding me
watched
that I'm.
Konosuba since our last recorded too, and yeah, I love that Konosuba keeps it's like, hey man, you keep pointing out flags, stop it,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be fine, and nothing bad's happening. Shut up! Why are you
Shut
saying
up.
that?
Yeah, why are you saying that?
Yeah, no, so yeah, Doc Seismic kidnaps every fucking person on the
Which
planet, and
okay.
he
I
locks
get
them
it.
all in balls.
No, in web prison cell things,
Like,
membranes.
I,
So
I like I like his reasoning though. Like I like it's like yeah, like I sat there and just studied all of you motherfuckers because I'm insane, and it's like yeah, that's fine. I can buy that. I don't buy how every single fucking character, including Robot, are locked up.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like you're
Doesn't
telling.
Robot kind of just have a fucking army on standby?
Not
Like,
I
to
think
like
so.
mention
Yeah.
all the tools
and
that his suit even has. Like, I don't believe for a second. Like, they should have showed him at least trying to cut out.
yeah, he's like, I'm diverting all my power to communicate to Cecil. It's like,
It's like you have
why don't you just Why don't you just burn the
pull an
fucking
art.
web?
No, pull an art too. Just pull out a big ass fucking saw and start trying to cut.
Yeah, pull out a saw, pull out a fucking laser, pull out something
You're
other
a
than your fucking
robot.
cell phone. Oh, we're done with this one.
You-
What?
yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was 5 rounds. But
So so yeah,
so yeah,
robot,
so like
robot immortal. Like I just don't believe.
no,
For
no,
okay, hold on.
they show they
To
do
be fair,
show
with the Guardians, they got
immortal.
jumped. Like, so the
Yeah,
element of
yeah, it
surprise
all happens on
does.
screen, like because like Rex gets like fucking kidnapped from the bathroom, but what's everybody else's excuse?
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking. Like, for possibly the Guardians, they got just as much jumped as him, but, like, for the other heroes, like, not even the ones that are just part of the Guardians, because apparently all heroes in America,
Which is weird and dumb.
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, okay,
even with the help of the
um,
bugs, like, I'm more just like, logistically, that is a big fucking ask for me to
It
believe.
is. Yeah.
yeah. And then, like I said, once they're all there, like they show Immortal trying to break out, like, and it's like, oh no, he's pushing on it, and it's like hurting the people in his pod, so you can't just do that. And it's like once again, like I even said it during our fucking watch. I was like, you're telling me there's not a single fucking character in all of fucking America who doesn't have a sword or a katana, really?
Yeah.
Like you don't have a single fucking guy whose like thing is blades. And
Or
like the closest thing we see is fucking Wyatt and fucking Jake's new fetish, the fucking tomahawk chick. You could argue that that's more of a blunt weapon, but like, man,
New, you
can
kid
you
yourself, sir.
can you like at least try at all to make it look like this is like a proper thing?
Yeah.
They
That was
didn't.
very.
They
And then
just
here's another issue that I'm gonna be bringing up in future recordings as well. So naturally, even Marker, like they're having discussion because forgot to mention this too. At the end of season 2, like future Eve was like, "Yo, ask past me out because I'm looking out for her," and so
dick my past self down like you ain't got another day to live.
like
And then Mark was just
in
like, "Why did you say it like that?"
yeah, and now I'm like conflicted. I don't want to talk to Eve 'cause I'm scared, but and I'm dumb because if we established it,
And
I'm really
I
dumb.
refuse to try to talk like a normal person, even for
Because
my
I'm stupid.
age.
I am stupid.
What are they, special needs?
My IQ is room temperature in Celsius. So so yeah, they're having discussion, and for some reason that's why they're not being eaten by Doc Seismic. Whatever, we already talked about that. But anyway, they're the last two people on Earth because of this. They're the last two heroes. Sorry, heroes. And yeah, so they decided to go down and do their thing.
I actually do want to quickly point out like a tiny little detail that I. So I don't know if it was an animation thing. They talked about how Eve is going back to college so that she can learn structural engineering bits because she doesn't want what happened with the park to happen again. And she said, this place is barely holding together, and the place just looks fine. Like
yeah,
they
the place, like they could have like cut to like this is one of those things where it's like you could have spent a little bit more time in the oven.
You could have
You
had
could
a
have just
beam like fall, but she catches it, or Mark catches it, or something. Like
Yeah.
2 seconds of animation. Like you really couldn't
or
have afforded that.
or you know what you can do, because there's a bit where Mark is just like fucking like thinking about how to talk to her, and like Eve goes, you know, you're gonna just keep flying out there. You can come say something. As he's sitting there doing his little thing, just have the fucking clubhouse flash pink for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
it.
shows that
That's
she
all you gotta
fixed
do.
it because she
Yeah.
technically could do that. She could very easily
just
repair any damage that was done.
Yeah, granted, if it's not like structurally like safe or whatever, but she could still just sit there and fucking piece shit together. But we
This
didn't
is
get that
true.
because, well, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just there are times where I've noticed the animation that kind of did go a little. It was lower
I don't know if
quality, but it
this.
wasn't
I
bad.
don't know. I don't know if this is an animation thing. I think this is more of a storyboarding thing. And the problem is,
Yeah.
I feel like they might be getting complacent, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
as much as issues that we had, season 1 and season 2 were fucking hits. Like
Yeah.
you can't deny that.
Well, they
like,
even
Amazon
that's why they
fucking,
even made the joke of when he was talking to that comic book writer. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, they'll sometimes show massive like crowds or something, or
during
they'll have a character
shot.
cover their mouth, and it's just like, okay, I get it. But then there's issues where we like I pointed out like either a keyframe or whatever it's called, where the bookshelf, you could tell that everything was a static object versus what was going to be animated to move.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure we didn't see. I'm pretty sure we didn't see most of like or any of those things in season 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little weird how, like, yeah, because I think I'll go with Max on this one. It does feel like a tiny bit of complacency here. Because, like, if they're, that you don't make those kinds of mistakes without either being rushed or, you know it's there
Or
and you
being
didn't
lazy.
care.
Or being
Yeah.
lazy.
Being
And so, like I
lazy
said,
as well.
this isn't an animator thing. I feel like it's actually just a showrunner thing.
Yeah.
So that makes me concerned, because like a lot of the shit coming up in this season and potentially in the next season are going to be some of like the peak shit. So it's like, I'm worried. What?
I guess like there's a possibility they're just like saved up all the energy and budget for these key moments. I don't know.
I mean, I will say
Shows
there
have
are
done that
some,
before. Like,
I mean, I will say there is some stuff coming up that does seem pretty well animated. So like, and to be fair, these are like minor things, but these are things that Death of a Thousand Cuts. I don't think we got the death, but I think we got a lot of cuts.
yeah.
So, and I don't. I hold thing, and this is something that everyone should do. You should hold stuff that you like in higher like forms.
Oh yeah.
You should be able to admit when something is shit, like and stuff like that, if you love it.
Or that just because it's not like insulting you on a daily basis doesn't mean it's good. We were talking, like we talk about this all the time with video games. Just because it's functions doesn't mean it's good. Like,
yeah, being functional is not a praise.
Baseline.
It's industry standard. It's like,
Don't worry.
oh, my car starts.
When we launch Assassin's Creed, it'll be finished.
Like, what do you mean? Why was it like? What do you mean?
Why wasn't that your goal from the
Why
beginning?
is your goal never to finish your fucking games?
Yeah,
I'm glad you're fucking a quarter owned by Tencent. But anyway, that's another discussion. So Adam and Eve show up and they're like, let's go, we're gonna fucking save the day. And honestly, I kind of still dig the banter between them and Doc Seisman. But you do notice that the banter is a lot less, and it's a little bit more of a dire situation. Like, and that's kind of the point of showing off the Doc Seisman is actually a fucking threat right now. And I feel like that little bit of touch of, because remember, during both of their fights, they're kind of hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of having like fun in a weird way, even though they're enemies.
Their very first fight will always make me laugh. It was like, look at what they did to your costume. I chose this. Also, I thought you had a master's degree in seismology, women's studies with a minor in African dance. But that's not important. Have at ye.
enough politics. Like, and it's like, see, that's how you get ahead. And like, see, it's just none of these sound good. You won't get an argument from me. You know what I mean? Like, they're mortal enemies, but they seem like weirdly okay with each other. But no, like Doc is actually very fucking like he throws a little quip at the beginning, but he is very much so a different character at this point.
Yeah, it's because I think what they're going for was that while he was in prison, he essentially kind of has given up on trying to change and wants to just destroy shit by this point.
He's gonna burn the fucking whole thing down, and that's like his whole speech to all the heroes that are like locked in the egg balls or the web balls. So like I said, this is gonna come up definitely in another fight. We just found out that Mark is now much stronger than he was before.
If you
and
want
it's implied,
pull up the statistics, like the outright percentages that Donald
I think
said.
they said like 40%, but the implication is what they said in that, because I don't remember the exact percentage, but I do remember what they said is that, do you think he could beat Anessa? And they go, maybe. But didn't Anessa say that somebody stronger is coming, so we need to do better? So they are trying to make Mark way fucking stronger because, once again, Invincible is the #1 hero on the planet. He is the fucking top dog that we have. If Invincible falls, we're kind of fucking boned. And that might play a part later, but we'll talk about that when it comes. But these bugs are overpowering Mark.
They're overpowering Mark, and they pierce his skin.
I was actually I wasn't sure how this conversation was going to go down. What the fuck? His durability, like they said, is increased by 135%. And so, how strong is that fucking millipede that he was able to stab him multiple times?
More importantly, Mark's not really damaging any of these fucking things.
Yeah, there is Eve, by the way. She can literally rearrange their atoms.
This is why
no, she cannot. She
cannot fuck with organic matter. That's apparently one of
you didn't watch the Adam Eve special, did you?
No, why would I?
Okay, because it's more Invincible. You don't like the show?
So
I do like the show, but I didn't really care about
Jake,
Adam Eve in the first season.
Is that Eve's powers are limited. She can't affect organic matter, which is kind of she turned the apple into gold. That is organic matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. She turned the apple into gold, organic matter.
Yeah, I was going. Is that manipulating the treehouse? Organic matter. Like they don't understand what that means.
All the trees, like all the trees that she undeforested.
She doesn't have her power limiter like in the traditional sense that she did in the comics, because she did way more than she's ever done in the comics.
I think what they're trying to go for is sentient things,
and they should have said that.
They should have said that, though. That might come up later. We'll have a discussion about that later. But for now, Eve is not as strong as Mark, but she's shown to be almost as capable as Mark. She's very fucking strong as a character. She's
essentially Green Lantern on
I would honestly,
level.
I would honestly put her as like #2 solidly on the fucking list of like.
Because if you
Earth's defenders, it's like it's Invincible and then like a bit of a gap and then Adam.
Remember when she was just kind of like lightly intimidating her parents, almost shrunk the room they were in. She can manipulate.
She did shrink it.
Oh yeah,
she did. She did. Like the fucking room shrinks and then goes back to normal because she's proving a point.
Yeah, like so, she's pretty goddamn powerful.
Oh, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you two?
I don't know. My controller was
not that strong for me right now.
Banshee, no. Banshee's actually just very fucking squishy. But I'm trying to put on a performance for you guys, but you know.
And then, so yeah, there's so much of this that it like does feel a bit odd. The fact that this is
Invincible is going hard as fuck on these millipedes, and they're like barely flinching.
Yeah,
at the very least, if we're gonna go with the fact you can't affect. Wait, what about the lava people? They're not organic matter.
So if I had to make a guess, they are trying to do that thing where Mark, despite what he can do, still, unless he like turns it on and locks in, is always going to be very weak. That seems to be what they
I feel like that's really fucking stupid.
I don't like it either.
Especially in this situation.
These are bugs, and all of your friends are in danger. Remember when one of his friends was in danger, and he just started fucking going brutality mode?
Oh yeah.
Where was that?
Yeah, those time alien people. Yeah, you got. Eve was like under a minor threat. He got an adrenaline.
No, I'm talking about you're going to season 1. I'm talking about when fucking Multipaw was fucking
Oh, yeah.
almost kill Rex. I'm talking about in this fucking episode, dude. I'm not even going back to season 1. I'm going to this episode. He locks the fuck in and starts murdering shit out of people. So all of his friends, because remember, he likes Samson, he likes Rudy, he likes all these people, and like they're like his coworkers and shit. But no, I'm not going to protect them.
Yeah, that was very
I'm gonna fucking swing on this bug at like 10% of my capacity, or this bug is just a god level threat apparently, which either one I have a major problem with. So pick one.
Okay, so if we were to go with that second one, that this is just a god level threat, we do know
where's it been?
Like, where has it just been in the center of the earth, and then secondly, like, there's some evidence to believe that there are just natural, just sort of like, not Viltrumite killing threats, but things that are just very dangerous. That kaiju, for example, from season
Hail
1.
Mary, like it was shown that like that thing was potentially a Viltrumite threat.
And then there was that dragon that was in the background of season 1. It looked like that people were struggling with that.
Well, no, the people in jets were struggling with it. And remember, Debbie's like, "Go save it," and he's like, "I'm on a date with my wife." Cecil can earn his paycheck. And then as he says that, the fucking jets fly over, and it's like, oh yeah, Cecil's fucking doing it. It is weird how these jets seem to be like holding back this dragon. Remember that bit in season 1 where Omni-Man was like, "Hey, look, if they have to mimic a fraction of our power." I wonder why I'm bringing attention to this. Maybe it'll come up in the future.
Yeah.
But for now, Mark's kind of lame, and he gets fucking stabbed, and then he fucking passes out because he's a little bitch, and then he wakes up, and he's like, "Damn, I'm dumb."
I actually do kind of want to, just bring this up as a minor discussion. Should the venom have affected him physiologically?
Viltrumites and humans are shown to be very anatomically similar, so yeah. It could have taken longer, but and here's the thing: it wasn't affecting him immediately, but it started like fucking with his system.
Yeah,
and you also have to remember that like his inner ear thing is a lot more sensitive than other things as well. So Viltrumites do have weaknesses.
Oh yeah, as we saw with the Atlantis creature. I wonder if that'll come back.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll come up. But so yeah, Cecil, being the absolute fucking Giga Chad that he is, he's like, "Fuck. All my guys are gone. I tried to do this the right way. Now it's time to do it my way. Now it's time to save the world." And he calls in. He says, "Open up the dark room and prep pod 3." And it's like, oh shit, he's about to do his thing. And I kind of like the countdown and shit like that. And when the what are they called? Reanimen. Thank you. When the Reanimen show up, naturally, fucking Mark is like, "What the fuck?" Because these things almost killed him.
and his best friend.
And his best friend's boyfriend.
Yeah. So he is naturally perturbed, even though these things are showing to be saving like all of the heroes' lives, and it's a neat thing that like they start opening up all the pods, which it's crazy how easy that was. I wonder why someone else couldn't have done that.
Yeah,
but
that's
anyway.
No, I'm going to point this out. That is a complete and utter fucking contrivance that the Reanimen were able to do that, and none of the other heroes fucking could. That is stupid.
Like I said, I can maybe see an argument that you can't really do it easily from the inside. It's like the inner side of a balloon and the outside of a balloon kind of thing. But once again, we're treading over the same path. But yeah, somebody else should have fucking been able to do something. But anyway.
Or like Mark, when he woke up, maybe punch. Were they like completely enveloped? Even
they were
like,
trying to like. They made it seem like Eve could have very easily gotten.
Yeah, and and it's crazy how she didn't do that. But she can create matter on like the other side of the planet, so why can't she just like create a fucking knife in like somebody's hand? But whatever.
I also like another
or
question.
Just make it not go away. I'm sorry. Or just make it go away. Just make it not. I'm gonna stay in here.
I'm also gonna ask because I don't remember. Was like the bubble like completely like 360 or were their feet touching like the ground?
It was a bubble.
Yeah, it was like
okay, all right. Because I was about to say then Mark could just like punch the ground and get out.
Yeah, it was a bubble.
Okay, all right, cool.
And so naturally, the Reanimen and Darkwing shows up, and it's like, oh shit.
Well, specifically
like
for Darkwing
Darkwing
2.
2. Yes, Darkwing
Darkwing.
2. Because yeah, even Immortal is like, oh, Darkwing. Like it's kind of sad because it's like, oh, it's his friend. It's like it's technically not his friend. So yeah, that's like little things like that. Because like yes, Immortal would be happy to see Darkwing, but it's not the Darkwing he knows.
It was original, yeah, Darkwing 2, who was, they said it in season 2. He was originally Darkwing's.
He was
basically
Robin.
his Robin.
He was Robin, and then he took over as Batman. So that's what he is. He's Darkwing 2.
Yeah.
And except for he has like an exoskeleton that makes him like can actually throw hands with Mark. And well, actually, I said it hurt me, and it was effective.
Yeah, basically equivalent of getting stung by like an ant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops.
Fun fact about Warframe: they changed rounds from 5 to 3, and it makes it go way faster.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna switch out of Banshee. I
need
something with a bit more oomph behind him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to old reliable.
You guys do what you got to do. It's fine. Like, don't worry about the theme.
Hold on, let me
we got the thing
for a good 40 minutes. Yeah, time to get out of our cosplays.
Yeah, a little bit because you guys are killing me with your fucking deaths. But so
I died once.
That's way too many times.
I do was
But,
one time.
Shut up and get your actual suit.
Shut the fuck
Get
up
the
and get in the
robot
fucking Warframe, Sinchi.
Fine. I'm bringing.
So
I'm bringing tentacles back.
Get this pink off my fucking AK.
Just copy your Warframe color. So that was
I'm ready.
So sorry, I'm trying to like recollect my thoughts here.
So
Nightwing and the Reanimen show up, and Invincible, even though he got his shit rocked and he was saved, he's being a little bit of a fucking waffle about everything.
Because Mark has this weird, I kind of.
Well, I'm gonna bring it up when it comes up because I do have a point that I'm gonna bring it up. But yeah, he has this really shitty viewpoint.
He's very rigid.
Yes, it's almost like he's a fucking child. He's very unintelligent.
Yeah, that's
weird. It's weird how this keep coming.
I think the show had to say it to almost remind us. Mark is only 19.
Yeah, he's only 19 and he failed high school.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that part. I had to be reminded.
Wait, no, he didn't fail. Sorry, he didn't.
He barely
fail
graduated.
He barely graduated. Yeah.
And he had to. He technically had to drop out of college, but let's face it, he would have flunked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he even admits it too. He's like, I dropped out of college.
Which college?
I dropped out of. Yeah, I dropped out of college, but
I think it's called like
to help with
suspension.
No, he dropped out. No, that was high school. He dropped out of college because he was trying to help take care of.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about that. No, like because colleges can't kick you out if you're just not a good student. Like if you fail out, I think it's called academic suspension.
Yeah. So yeah, and he has issues with the fact that he got his ass saved because he's a little fucking man baby, and he decides to have a temper tantrum in the Pentagon at Cecil.
Slow-mo?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm moving in slow motion. There we go. That was weird.
Just give it a second.
Oh, I was on that weird plate.
Oh yeah, the fucking things with the like ice shit.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, he goes to the Pentagon and he confronts Cecil, and Cecil is like, yeah, these are bad people, but they're trying to do better. I'm putting them to work, and they are helping. And I really wish you would have said this, and they saved you, you ungrateful little shit. Like you can't have the moral high ground when you literally were on the ground. Like,
also,
like, what the fuck
it also
doesn't
say? And Mark doesn't even bring up like an argument that I heard a certain like wording, and I was like, because he said that they were reconditioned, and it was just like, oh, so like they may be doing good now, but possibly not because that's just they want to repent, possibly because they were just essentially threatened into line, which is a method. Which is
a method though, but like that's what fucking prison is when you want to break it down.
Yes.
Like and that's the thing is that when Darkwing is confronted, he's like, yes, I did a lot of shitty things. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better. And Mark's like, no, prison. Like, and just like, he's like,
prison,
like I said, he has this stupid fucking, like, it bothers me so much that he's just like, no, bad person, do bad thing, go through bad place.
Meanwhile, like, I kind of wish Mark, like, because I believe Mark has enough of intelligence to go, do you actually mean that, or is the gun put to the back of your head?
Yeah, that could have been a way fucking better, like, thing. And that could have been something.
Because that was the whole thing I was feeling. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know if you actually feel rehabilitated, or you're just worried the gun will now be used on you.
Yeah.
Because there's a totally different mindset behind the motivation.
Yeah.
Like, because you could either like, say you are in Darkwing's situation, like, do you actually feel bad, or are you just scared?
Yeah, but we didn't get a chance to have that conversation because fucking Mark is seeing red, which Cecil sees that. He's trying to reason with Mark. He's trying to talk with Mark. Mark's not listening. He's fucking throwing a tantrum, which for pretty much anyone else, fair enough, you know, chill the fuck out. We could talk about this. When you're talking to a guy who can fucking potentially crack the planet, you can't, and you can't really fucking sit there and, like, keep trying to talk to this person. You're gonna have to start taking steps. And Cecil does that. Like, Cecil basically walks him into the White Room, and there's a bunch of Reanimen in there. And the Reanimen try to subdue fucking Mark, and Mark just starts ripping them apart. And it's like, there's that point where, like, Mark is like, is that all you got? And Cecil says,
why did you have to say that?
Like, why did you say that? Like, it's like the opposite of when, like, fucking Mark was getting his shit rocked by the Viltrumite chick. And he's like, dude, just fucking comply, do it. And then, like, he goes, no. And he's like, kid, you know what I mean? Because he's happy for him for, like, standing up for himself, but he also doesn't want the kid to fucking get his shit kicked in.
Yeah. And
so this is the opposite, where it's like, dude, why are you like this?
Also,
I don't know.
It would also be a thing, like, you're also turning her on, Mark. That's not a good idea.
Or not. That's another discussion.
No.
I was hoping you were.
We don't even know if that's going to be in, and I actually hope it's not, because I just don't know.
It's definitely going to be in there, but
I don't want it to.
For now, it's not there, so we won't have to talk about it.
Well,
but yeah. So Cecil, like, you had a thing to say that, like, Cecil should be going down, and then, like, I just fought against that. It's like, no, like, Mark is being completely unreasonable here.
Yeah, it does not help like, because I was thinking about it for a moment as Mark was stepping forward, like, he is backing away. Like, he's like, no, stop.
Yep. You saying you're not threatening me? You're scaring the shit out of me right now, kid. Yeah, it's literally what he says to him.
The only argument that I could remotely put on Mark's side is when Cecil said shut the Reanimen down, and there's a good minute they're not. So
well, that's like, that's also, like, way there, and I think you might be misinterpreting it a little bit, but that's way later. So
I also am just wondering if that's just
fucking later.
Yeah,
so like,
I'm also just wondering if that's possibly just a sequential thing, like, just because he said it, like, it's not it's
not immediate, and also I think the Reanimen do have some kind of semblance for shit because they're trying to fucking stay alive. Meanwhile, this fucking literal meat grinder is just running through them.
Yeah. It is unclear, hence why I was just bringing it up.
So yeah, but that'll be later. And there's a bunch of more Reanimen, which Mark might have been able to go through, maybe, but Cecil pulls out his trump card, which is a setup from before when he fought the fucking Atlantis Kraken thing.
It's a signal in which that really fucks with his inner ear.
Yep. And yeah, it puts fucking Mark on his ass. And he's like, we put it in your ear. And it's really neat to see that Mark, like, immediately rips the fucking thing out of his ear so hard that, like, it starts bleeding.
Blood, yeah.
And he's like, and he's like, nope, not that one, the other one. And it's like, oh shit. And
yeah,
moral argument to be made for Mark, and kind of hate this because I kind of fucking despise him in this episode. It is kind of fucked up that Cecil put something in his ear, like, without his knowledge, without his consent. That's kind of fucked up, dude.
One in his ear.
But once again, to counter my own argument, Mark is the strongest thing on the planet, and they didn't even know if this would work. Remember, all of season 1, they're trying to figure out how to hurt Viltrumites.
However, I will say, like, this is the sort of the slight devil's advocate against Cecil, there's a good chance that could have pissed Mark off so much that he just went full Viltrumite.
Yeah, there is. But once again, the whole point is he's trying to stop him at this point.
I know. Like, yeah, it's that conversation
because at the end of the day, Cecil is a weirdly good person. Like, at no point was he doing anything lethal to Mark.
Yeah, and even then, he's hesitating to continue to just pull the little device in his head as he's flying away, because he lets him get pretty damn close to Guardians HQ before he figures it out.
Well, yeah, but the main reason is because he doesn't want to drop fucking Mark on a goddamn city.
Yeah.
Because his job is to protect the planet, and everyone on the planet counts as the planet. He doesn't want to hurt anyone.
Right. Pick that up.
And yeah, this gets the Guardians HQ, and fucking immediately Mark is like, "No, Rudy, get the shit out of me, please. Fucking Cecil's fucking with me." And then Cecil shows up, and this is when I could start leaning more towards Mark's side with it, the way Cecil's handling it. Cecil is trying to keep everything like in place and all that shit, and it doesn't look good on him.
He doesn't look good, but he is actually,
he's also like against all of Mark's friends, and he's telling them to not help Mark.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, I'm sure given enough time, he would have explained the situation, but that's why at that moment he's like, this is not a debate. This isn't democracy bulletproof.
Yeah.
Like, that's why
I'm your boss.
That is why as much as I like I would trust Cecil to defend the planet, but god damn it, I would not work for him ever.
Yeah, he's a shitty person. Like, that's it.
He's very much if your death would possibly mean the end of any conflict, whether world ending or just, two countries, he'll fucking do it.
Yeah, he'll feel bad about it, but he will fucking hit the trolley button. So, yeah, and then this fight happens. Fucking Rexplode trying to save his buddy accidentally hits fucking the switch, and it just goes on indefinitely. Thankfully, Robot's able to stop it in time.
Also, really smart on Cecil that the actual button
is a dead man switch.
That means
if you kill Cecil, then haha, fuck you. You're good. Now you have a headache forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now when Mark gets free, so before even Mark gets free, he's telling everybody to stand down. He's telling all the Reanimen to stand down because he realizes that all of the Guardians are fighting them, and he doesn't want any of the Guardians to get hurt. And this is just a pointless conflict. So he's trying to mitigate the situation as much as he can. But as soon as Mark is free of the fucking Sonic Disruptor thing, he kind of goes on a warpath. The music cuts out. Everyone is kind of freaked out that he just ripped things in half in front of them.
For a moment,
and he almost seemed to do it for almost remorselessly. And it's a neat thing that shows off that Mark is fucking scary. And everyone is kind of like, oh shit, does he still kind of have a point now? You know what I mean? There's that quick moment of oh fuck.
Yeah, you can definitely see it on Shrinking Ray's face.
Yeah, you see it on all the faces. They all kind of get freaked out.
You see it on hers the best. You can especially with her animation, you can just see the abject fear that is on her face, especially for her who just kind of came back.
Yeah, she just got back. So yeah, that all happened. Cecil
has the best fucking speech.
Yeah, he's just you're so stupid. You're so dumb. You're fucking retarded. I hate you.
Columbo. Of all the stupid things you kids do, yours takes the retard cake.
Well, he calls him a hypocrite.
But really?
He's like,
he calls him a hypocrite. Because fucking he is. He's totally a hypocrite.
There are definitely moments where Mark is the biggest fucking. He did not need to go to space to go to fucking Thraxum. They're real
No.
But because
his dad less about that, but here, just talking this shit,
Well, no, he mentions you went to go help out your psycho dad.
Mm-hmm.
But heaven forbid someone else makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Because that is Mark's problem.
And then here is the philosophy that I wanted to get to. This is the point I wanted to get to. Mark has this thing where if you kill someone, you are the bad guy. But it's almost as if he like so. And here's the thing: killing someone completely removes the potential of that person, potentially getting better. That's the whole philosophy behind not killing someone and being a better person and trying to give somebody a chance. However, Mark is also so goddamn stuck in his ways that he like horseshoes back where no, this person's a killer even though they are doing better, they are still bad guy. And that literally flies in the face of his own fucking philosophy because that by that logic, that means no one can be rehabilitated.
Yeah,
and that I have a fucking major problem with that.
And which feels out of character for even Mark because
yes.
I don't think he's that stupid. Like I said earlier,
if you remember season 2, he goes to Thraxham and he sees that his dad it's actually a changed person.
Yeah,
so at least to some degree.
Yeah, going with what said, it does feel like that he kind of regresses his character. This might be like a character assassination point
because. And also,
I don't really remember how it was handled in the comics. So I don't know if this is 1-to-1, but like, man, it just feels.
I'm not even gonna try with that.
Yeah, this just feels really shitty.
And the biggest problem I have with all of this is we were talking about this. Like, yeah, Mark's not the brightest tool in the shed, but I think he's smart enough to understand when somebody has a gun pointing to the back of their head and they're told to dance.
Yeah, and he should have also known that when he was literally on the ground about to die alongside of all of his friends. Yeah, maybe let the criminal come out and help. Who wants to help? Maybe. Yeah. Crazy thought. Who would have fucking thought?
Yeah.
And hey, guess what? Those fucking monsters and the fucking murderer came in and saved the fucking day. What the fuck was he doing besides fucking not holding back against millipedes?
Yeah, and it's also
like I said, he has this high ground stance, but you can't have the high ground when you're on the ground.
And it's not like the guy who makes the Reanimen is like doing it to innocent people. They're donated corpses.
He said they were donated corpses.
They said they were donated corpses in fucking in season 1. They were confirmed to be soldiers who gladly gave their lives for the fucking country. Which you can easily find people who would do that.
Yes.
Especially when it's the state.
There's plenty of people that just donate their bodies to science just to try to cure diseases. Like there's
exactly.
I mean, on my driver's license. My driver's license, I'm an organ donor, so
yeah,
so you're gonna be killed in a hospital. No, but
well, there's a good well, you might even be put on a murder farm, which is basically how detectives people of the
corpse farms.
You're right, not
a murder farm. That is very different. It's like fuck,
the corpse.
You
farm
go to the farm. It's the farm where
going to the murder farm.
It's the farm where your dog went, and you're going too.
You're going to the murder farm, Jimbo.
But to quick context, corpse farms are where they train FBI detectives or just regular detectives to just see different stages of decomposition and how that would impact an investigation.
And also, I can't stress this enough that this was not Cecil's first decision. He sent Eve and Mark first because they were literally the last line of defense. So yes, when the chips are down, he will fucking throw away his morals to save the planet.
That's like Cecil is working with a toolbox that just doesn't seem to be working half the time.
No, it's working, but like he's just got other tools to be there. And this was literally the fucking like the shit when you open the toolbox and then you pick up the big tray and you have that like a little bit under the toolbox. That's what he had to go to because all of his tools were broken.
Well, the joke I was more saying is that his original tools are all stupid because when was the last time the Guardians were actually effective?
Yeah, the Guardians are fucking garbage. Like,
yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So he's working,
and even he admits it too. He's trying for the Guardians, but yeah, they're trash.
He's like I got this tool that's like duct tape. And then I just got a gun underneath everything.
Yeah, and I don't want to use the gun, but I mean, fuck it. Literally, all my tools are broken, so
looks like the gun's coming out.
How good it is. So yeah. Like I said, there's no, and like, yeah, Cecil calls him out for it as well. There's no fucking room for any fucking nuance with Mark. It's fucking garbage. It's like, yeah, you could make fun of, you could fucking call him out for using Reanimen, but like, you didn't realize that was his last option and he did it to save you. Like that was just gone from his fucking, from Markiplier's fucking logic. And it's like, good shit, dude. Like, good job, retard.
We're calling him Markiplier now?
Maybe. But so yeah, and then Mark even admits that Mark even admits that he may be a bad person, so he does have a little bit of self-reflection towards the end of the episode. and I don't remember if it does come up more, but if
it bothers
doesn't
him that he
in our
killed
rewatch,
Angstrom Levy. Like,
it bothers because he's realizing it. Like, because despite his things, he kind of agrees with Cecil in a way. Despite his fucking childish fucking thing, he does have a little bit of self-reflection on it.
And
so,
I mean,
in that regard, I do kind of give it a little bit of leeway. But man, episode 1 for Mark's character sucks.
Yeah. And I will also, at the same time, to just have this quick moral discussion, there are some villains that they don't need a job, they do need to do. Angstrom Levy started an interdimensional beef with a person that was not the evil one.
Yeah. I'm glad that he's gone and he won't do anything bad in the future. Anyway, let's move to episode 2. Let's wait, what the fuck? God, we had talked so much about episode 1. What the fuck even happened in episode 2?
Well, no, that's the thing. We've actually been talking about episode 2 at the same time because the fight with the Reaniman round 2 happens in Guardian's headquarters, which is in.
No, you're right. The white room is the end of episode 1. You're totally right. Okay, so fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was worried that like, man, what the fuck even happened in episode 2? No, that was episode 2. Okay.
Yeah, we essentially combined both episodes into one for a moment.
Can we all agree that Rex is just like everybody's
Rex went from a character I couldn't fucking stand to like, oh my god, you were so cool.
Like, please just stay on the screen forever because you're like the most. He's the representative of like the everyman. Like if you were just thrown into the world of Invincible, you and Rex would probably have very similar fucking dialogue.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
And you know what? I got my dick out.
I'm alive.
I don't care.
I don't care.
So, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of various Rexplode quotes. No, which is funny because like his actor, I don't hate his actor. But it's one of those, like, I have yet to see a role outside of Rexplode that I've enjoyed from him. So this has been a breath of fresh air for me. I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine...
Did you not watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, he's the freaky boyfriend, right?
Also, isn't he Peter B. Parker?
No, that's, Peter B. Parker
am I mixing him up? I might be mixing him up.
You are very much mixing him. Peter B. Parker
I'll look it up.
He's Schmidt from New Girl. No, the one who voices Rexplode is Rosa's boyfriend from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, you can stab me if you want. Flames are on the table.
Rosa's like the angry Asian chick, right?
No, she's the angry Hispanic chick. That's why her name is Rosa.
We confirmed this with Jake with him saying Debbie's gonna pick up the chancla. He can't see color.
Apparently,
exactly. I mean, a chancla, slipper. I mean, they serve the same purpose.
They do. Sorry, I just went down because I was trying to look that shit up. But let me get back up. There we go.
Yeah, because like in my defense, I mean, they serve the same purpose.
I thought you were about to just flat out say, "In my defense, I am a racist."
Let's go ahead and head for the exit. And I feel like that's pretty much it. Like,
so
unfortunately, kind of how things work with the first couple episodes of a season, it is kind of setting up for other things to happen later.
We did forget the post-credit scene of episode 1, where we touch back in with Alan the alien and Nolan.
Alan the alien.
Yeah, and Nolan and
they're best friends now.
Yeah, they're best friends now.
They're super duper alien best friends while in prison. And prison
Did we just become best friends?
Prison food apparently sucks.
Nope.
Well, you have to understand, those fights usually kill their prisoners, so like.
They're probably gonna dissect you.
No. Do you want to go? Do you want to go play karate in the garage? No. Submit or die. No.
So, also, this is not necessarily a flaw. It's just kind of a thing that's kind of just bugs me in a good chunk of media, and it's the characters like don't really know how to explain their feelings because the Mark's trying to talk to Eve about like how I like you because your other self told me.
Oh no, he's fucking stupid and autistic, and that's why he said it that way. Yeah. But yeah, and that pissed off Eve because like he failed to communicate. So
And
yeah,
even when it's written well, it's a trope I don't really like it because I
yeah,
think it's because I've just seen it done so badly so
yeah.
many
It's
times. I'm
done.
like,
It's done in a lot of fucking things.
it's kind of infected my brain of like, please just stop doing the trope. Let the trope
It
like
was-
either die or let it rest for like a good few years till somebody writes it properly.
Mhm. So yeah. Also, the Guardians of the Globe. They have
They
a
break
really
up.
hard discussion because, like, yeah, what they all they're some of them are on Mark's side and some of them aren't because like that's just what it is. Some people see that there was validity in what Cecil was trying to do, and then the others who are friends with Mark don't agree with that.
Well,
Like I said,
also the people,
it's a complicated issue, so it's like, yeah, we don't. It's not
also
something that can be easily said.
the people that were there. The notice how the people that weren't there are also just as strict, but in the other direction.
Yeah,
Like Immortal was not there, and he's like, nope. Mark had to face consequences for once,
yeah.
and
I
something I brought up for a moment. So Immortal must not really be that smart, and to think of everything that happened with Chicago, and just even being briefed on other stuff. I would hope he was briefed. Uh, Mark has very much dealt with the consequences of his actions nearly this entire
I
show.
think you're looking too far into it. I think he just doesn't like Mark.
Yeah, that could be. Well, yeah, Immortal does not like Mark at all because he just sees his father. The
Yeah, he just
episode
sees
where
his
they,
father and the person that literally murdered all of his fucking best friends
yes,
and shit. So yeah,
because the moment that they, when they're doing the stuff on the Martian ship, and Invincible just tries to give him a suggestion, Immortal's first thing is, "How dare you?" Like Immortal for being such a shit superhero is very much up his own ass and set in his ways.
Mhm. He does have like redeeming qualities here and there. Like yeah, during that fight, he does go save them because he puts his pride aside and he's like, no, we have to protect the people. But
Right.
yeah, when the chips aren't down and he's just sitting there, yeah, fuck Mark and fuck his daddy. Is basically what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
I would
And then,
like.
oh, we can finally have that conversation with Duplicate and Shrinking Ray.
Oh yeah, so
Oh yeah.
fuck yeah, fuck. I'm glad you brought that back up because yeah, no,
Fuck
that
Duplicate.
bitch. That what?
Fuck Duplicate.
What?
I, I did, because, at the end of the day, while she feels the pain, she had the backup, and this also kind of piles back onto the everybody mourned her, and again with
Well,
the
they didn't
fact that she
bring
was
that up. They just said that like she doesn't understand. Like she doesn't understand, and I'm like, that's capping, my guy. Like she dies every time, which is fucking horrible. But well, I hope that applies to her brother. But you never know.
so I think it's so to be fair, yes, I think I'm combining both conversations. Uh, on the both ends front, it's like Kate, I just don't think is a good person. So her input
No,
on a lot of this,
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Why do you think she's a bad person?
or at the very least, she's not a very considerate teammate. Again, they mourned her, and she had this backup this whole time. She could have easily had just said, "No, I'm taking a break." After everything
I'm
that had happened.
I'm going five ever.
I
Yeah,
would
maybe.
also like
It's
to
it's
talk
why
about.
it's why Ray did kind of throw that at her. It's like we don't have a backup.
Hmm.
Like so uh and then Kate, what I'm trying to remember what Kate said something, and then that's when Rex had to step in and go, "Okay, that's crossing the line."
I
Don't
can't
exactly
remember.
I'm
remember.
quick I
Yeah.
give me 2 seconds. I'll pull the
While
line back
you're
up.
looking that up, I want to say you're mopping up a bunch of blood, but where is the buckets of like water?
No.
Oh
Yeah,
no, no!
and yeah, like so having like the buckets of water, no like buckets of water, like no like
It's
actual
like
like
you've never
fucking
played Viscera Cleanup Detail.
what's the thing you were saying? Power washers or whatever.
Yeah, like what? Like where's like the power washer? Like I know this is like inconsequential. It just bugged me. Like what you guys don't have like a power washer? Robot can't like make one out of like a bunch of scraps, so you can at the
No.
very least like
The box of
get it.
scraps.
Robot
Yeah.
doesn't just have like power, like those street sweeper bits just attached to his feet.
Like, couldn't you like say, "Hey, Cecil, can you get like a Zamboni machine in here so we can clean this up?"
A Zamboni.
To kind of play devil's advocate for it, what Samson says is really important there. We need to calm down and just fucking do some labor and clean for a minute.
But power washing is very calming.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, the whole point is, like, it's less about actually cleaning, it's more about actually just doing the cleaning.
At the very least, get some mop buckets with some chemicals in it. God damn.
Okay, so
yeah, fair enough.
what really...
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So the line was, I also didn't fall apart the minute I got hurt. Shrinking Ray tried to pull an Ant-Man and lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, like the fact that she survived is a fucking miracle.
I just like Duplicate just fucking hits all the nerves for me, at least. Just like, you are just a cunt with that shit. She's not a very considerate teammate.
Yeah. You could say that that's eventually her just like breaking down internally because of all the shit she's done, but yeah, I agree. It's kind of a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah. Maybe they'll rectify it later on with like, "I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't mean to say that to you." Pulls that knife out of the back, and then maybe, I don't know, has one in the back pocket ready to.
And then Immortal goes, "Shut up! All of you should be happy that you're part of the Guardians."
Yeah, shut up, stupid
if you don't want to do that.
children.
And
then
hated
Rex, all of you.
Rex rightfully goes, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I don't want to work with some sanctimonious boot-licking asshole.
Because that's
right in Immortal's face. Like, fuck you, Abraham. I don't want to fucking deal with your garbage anymore.
You know what? Maybe the 14th Amendment was a horrible idea.
Just saying.
Just saying, yeah.
They're ungrateful. Anyway, look. Why are you looking at me? Says Samson.
And then
it's like he's like, "You're a testament to your people."
First off, you're bald. That's one of my favorite lines from fucking Bulletproof.
Yeah.
First off, you're bald, and hair was all kind of Samson's whole
whole thing.
I had hair when I made the name.
I love Samson. I feel bad for him.
It's like my favorite line from Bulletproof. One of the only lines from Bulletproof. So the pretty much everyone in the Guardians except Shapesmith, Samson, Duplicate, and Immortal, like those four stay. Everyone else leaves. So Shrinking Ray, Robot.
Bulletproof. Yeah, Robot. Well, it's implied that Robot's not only doing it for the Monusi, but he's also doing it
say that
for the Invincible.
The Invincible.
Both of you stop.
The Viltrussy.
Stop.
Anyway, yeah, so it's implied that Robot is thinking a couple steps ahead, not just with his feelings. So I really like that because, hey, that might come up in season 4. But for now,
Shapesmith staying, like, it makes kind of sense. At the end of the day, Shapesmith
doesn't really have.
He's a child at the end of the day. Like,
he has a race car bed. Come on.
Well, that's why I made the joke. Like, yeah, okay, Sonic, because it's the same voice actor. So, and I have a race car bed. Tom brings me it.
Well, I mean, like,
then in the comic books.
Wouldn't you want to stay if you had a race car bed? I mean, come on.
You have a race car bed?
No, I sleep in a bed with my wife.
I sleep in my bed with my dog.
You can sleep in a race car bed with your wife.
I love that quote from The Simpsons. I have a race car bed. I sleep in my bed with my wife.
Why can't we have both?
So
in the first 2 episodes,
the Guardians have been split up. The good they did in the first place.
Yeah, has anybody else got anything else to say about it?
Not on the Guardians thing. We got a few more conversations between Eve and Mark on what their relationship should be. And I actually, good on Mark for kind of saying all of his feelings, because originally Eve was like, "Can we just be friends for a bit?" And Mark just kind of went, "Nah, I'm sorry, I can't. I feel quite a lot for you."
Mm-hmm. The second I saw you, I was like, "Damn, that bitch is bad as fuck," and I had to have her.
Which is,
so
to be fair,
I went with the lesser option. Like in a scale from you to her, Eve, like she was probably like 3/5 the woman you could be.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What? That's what Mark said, dude. That's what Mark, dude. That's what he said to not me. Come on. That break you? And with that, yeah, that's Invincible season.
This is episode 1 and 2.
Episode 1
so
and 2.
far,
I
so
fucking couldn't believe that they actually were separate episodes. Like, fuck yeah, they're totally separate
so
episodes.
it's why, to be honest, there are times where I kind of wish this show was a lot. They just decided to say fuck it, and each episode is like movie length, like because those 2 episodes very easily could have been combined into one, and it'd just be 2 hours. Not a bad start. We had our gripes.
But here's the thing, like I said, they do seem to kind of walk it back a little bit because yeah, Mark is like, damn, did I do the right thing? And like he's even admitting that he's having doubts.
Or even in the conversational like power level. Hopefully they'll kind of change that.
Well, we'll have to see for the next couple episodes, won't we?
So thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Wait, hold up. Wait.
Wait. What do you guys say?
I was gonna say, go to my channel. These 2 Tismoids and Fleur
are Pokemans.
I forget that he's not just a Yarpinian, but he's also a Jakeian.
Exactly. These 2.
What does that mean? A Jakeian. The sovereign state of Jake, and it's just a Power Ranger helmet.
Yeah, exactly. Jake is a sovereign citizen. Hey, all cops near Jake. He's a sovereign citizen, and you can't arrest him.
You can't arrest me.
I think here, as I'm just standing next to a cop, just handing them their baton, like.
But yep, he's a sovereign citizen. Hands them gun. You can't arrest him.
He knows the cheat code to life.
Jake the surgeon will be linking it in the description below, but he's doing a Pokemon playthrough, and we're all there.
We're all there, and I know nothing about Pokemon.
Yeah,
you're gonna learn, bitch.
He doesn't want to. He's stubborn and dumb.
I will.
He's almost as dumb as Mark. Almost.
I will.
That is. All right. I'm dumb. I'm not that dumb.
I'm not that. I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I'm dumb. But, you know, I'm
autistic.
I may be dumb.
We'll see you all later. Bye bye.
Goodbye.